Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Doctor Who Season 10, Episode 3. It's called Thin Ice. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. Someone actually let us know in the comments for the last one, because we talked about the next time on you get the end. And we were talking about, is it like an alternate past where there's elephants like on the Thames and stuff? Apparently that was a thing, once upon a time. That was an
Yeah.
actual... Uh,
In our defense, Bill also thinks she's on a parallel world.
that did make me chuckle that she had the exact same thought I did, that we're in an alternate world.
Yep.
The other thing that Bill did, and this episode did, that I think, again, goes something... Because last week we talked about this, we talked about, will they bring up the race thing? Because you said, well, they've had a black character before and they didn't bring it up, and
They literally didn't mention it
yeah,
at all last time.
yeah, with Martha. And then I was like, yeah, but they bring the gay thing up pretty well. Like, her
Yeah.
sexuality has been presented, not a super amount, but certainly there. It's certainly been present. It's part of her character. And sure enough, she mentions it early on in the episode, and I thought that was it. And there's like, oh no, it was a good little mention. She questioned, like, is it safe for me to be walking around out here in this time period?
Yeah, because I think the old explanation was the same. This is in the Russell T Davis era of, like the 1 to 4, where it was the same reason why people didn't notice the TARDIS, which was it had a perception filter.
So people were just
So
seeing
kind of
a
people
white
just,
person. Yeah.
well, they weren't seeing a white person, they just didn't notice them either.
Okay, right, sure,
It's the
sure.
same reason, like how they just forget people. Even in this episode, they kind of just forget about it all after. They don't really notice things that are out of the ordinary.
Yeah, yeah, true. And he's got his magic ID thing that he uses. Similar
Yeah,
kind of
psychic paper.
psychic paper. Sorry, let me get the terminology right. It's psychic paper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and obviously the villain of the piece ends up being a raving racist later on, to the point where as soon as he sees her, he just goes on to a racist rant, which I did not see coming. It genuinely surprised me when it happened.
Me too.
So fair play. They hit those points. The actual plot of the episode, of course, is that there's a giant monster underneath the Thames which has little fish that are sucking people into the water so it can eat them. However, it's being kept there, held captive by the villain, because it shits basically super oil,
Super fuel. Yeah,
super fuel. Yeah, it's like it burns 10 times hotter, 10 times as long as coal. Basically, is what I think they said.
yeah.
Uh, this reminded me of an older episode. Actually, it reminded me. I think it was an Amy episode where
I know
the
exactly the episode you're on about. It's. I think it's her second episode actually. The space whale.
yeah, it's like a space station. That turns out there's a big monster in the middle of it. That's like they're taking all the
Yeah,
energy
that's
from.
that's actually driving the whole world.
Yeah,
That one. Yeah, yeah. I think that's her second episode.
yeah. It was very similar. That it's like
Yeah, it was.
it's being held captive, and the ultimate sin is to let it free. And ultimately, I think that the point of this episode, because I think the story's okay. It's just kind of
It's a Doctor Who episode.
it's got its moments. Them in the deep sea diving suits, like
Yeah.
bantering, and obviously I do actually quite like Bill. I think their banter's really good. Their back and forth is great. But I think this episode, the real meat of this episode was really the fact that this is where Bill kind of learns what kind of man he is.
Yeah.
She learns, because she questions him about killing people. How many have you killed? And she's not very happy with the sort of skirting round the answers. Well, sometimes the only option is like, no, that's not what I asked. I asked how many, and he's like, kind of lost count.
That kind of leads to what is probably one of my bigger problems with the episode personally. Ultimately, his plan is, when they're tied up and they're like, okay, we use the sonic screwdriver, and that's how they're getting out of it. He kind of sacrifices that dude to get them out of it by giving him making him take the
He
screwdriver,
does. He
and
does.
and she doesn't really question it.
Nah, but I think from her perspective, I think at that point she's still not maybe that used to this yet, and she's in this dangerous situation. She thinks she's screwed.
No, no, I
Uh,
get it, and ultimately the idea is maybe for her to have seen his point of view that sometimes that is the only option.
well, I think it extends to a larger thing though in the episode where it's not just about that; it's about the way he reacts to everything, in the sense of like freeing the animal at the end. Rather, it gives her the choice, but he's kind of like, well, this is an animal. You have to see, because he gives that great speech. The best part of the episode is definitely the speech that he gives the racist villain.
Oh, Capaldi was one hell of a speech, doesn't he?
Yeah, that speech about life. Your life is only the value of which you give to other lives. Like that whole speech that he gives,
Yeah.
fantastic. It's definitely the highlight of the episode. And it kind of again it comes back at the end when he's like, right, we should let it go. Like it's and she makes that
Yeah,
choice as well.
he's like just gently nudging her in the right direction.
Yeah, and there's some funny stuff. There's the whole. And Joe, I like about Bill, and she's been doing this a lot. She's like, she questions why is the TARDIS in English, why is this and that, and she questions things. She is actually like, hey, what about the butterfly effect? Surely I can't be messing with things, or it's going to. Obviously, the TARDIS and the
Yeah,
forgetfulness explains kind of why it doesn't affect things too much. But they have a bit of fun with that, and he's like, well, that's what Pete thought. Who's Pete? Oh, he was there a minute ago, but he stepped on something, and he's gone. Don't even remember.
yeah. I like that he's winding her up like that. That's fun.
Yeah, he's pretty funny that way. They've got good chemistry, and that speech was really good. The actual hunt for the villain and like the kids, I wasn't really feeling the kids that much.
No, again, typical Doctor Who.
Yeah,
It's fine, but I enjoy it for what it is. But it's not, groundbreaking or anything like that.
I had its moments, but I think it was definitely the weakest of the three so far.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, great speech in the middle though. like, I like
Oh
his
yeah,
speech.
that cannot be understated. How good he is at giving these speeches.
Yeah.
It's obviously the first one where he properly gave one of these speeches was to the Zygons. Where the Zygons and the humans were like not sure who was who, and that's like his defining moment as the Doctor for me. And ever since then, every so often he just gets to lay off this massive speech, and it's always fantastic.
Yeah, it gives them gusto and meaning, and obviously the words are pretty decent. Like he's not. You couldn't just hand him a recipe for, blancmange and expect him to give you gold, but he delivers it well. So
I buy him as a lecturer.
yeah, he's passionate. He's convincing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice. So no, and yeah, so the race thing was kind of a theme, and it played into the whole valuing your life is only the value that you value in others. Like everything kind of played into that central theme. So I thought it was well enough constructed from that point of view, where most stuff seemed to bleed into that kind of central core idea, which is cool. It's just the actual like the monster thing we've done before, where it's been used for fuel kind of thing, and B, the actual hunt for the villain. Even though his racist rant was surprising, like. And I want to say in a good way, not because I'm happy to hear the rant, but just because I expected Doctor Who to avoid the issue.
Yeah, I'm happy to see them finally tackle it.
Yeah, so
and I thought it was nice when he came in. He was racist, and they were like, "Yep, yeah, well, he's human then. That can't be an alien."
Yeah, well, because
it's kind of sad, isn't it?
His phrasing almost made me think he was an alien because he called her a creature.
Yeah,
and the Doctor had just said something about it'll be like an alien who looks down on human beings, but no, he's just racist.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, but yeah, so fun moments. I did like some of the visuals out in the ice. Like I said, you see diving suits. Them in the water was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. I quite like the look of the creature as well. Like that opening shot where the boot drops down and its eye opens. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I did think it was kind of funny how when the kid dies, this is obviously the moment that sends Bill into a sort of tizzy, is the kid's hands up and the Doctor goes to grab him and he just looks happy that he saved his screwdriver.
Yeah. What happened to the screwdriver at the end? Because he leaves it hanging to set, where all the bombs are.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get it back? Because then it all thaws, doesn't it? Like,
he builds a new one, doesn't he?
Does he? Well, I mean, he can get a new one out of the TARDIS. We've seen that in the past, but it was just the way he went after it when the kid had it. He was like, "I'm having this," and then at the end there, he just kind of left it.
Because it was how the plan would work.
No, I mean, I have no problem with him sacrificing the screwdriver. It's happened. I wasn't sure if that had happened or not, or if I missed something, and it was just a bit unclear to me. Like if he has it in the next episode, to say the same one, I'm going to be a little bit confused.
Yeah, that's fair. Obviously got a tease at the end of the vault again. Nardole hearing a banging on the door, complaining about the Doctor going off on these adventures.
Yes, more of a knocking than just a banging.
Yeah, it was a loud knock though.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, that says to me that there's probably a person in there rather than an object, or at least it's something that can move.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily assume a person, but it's certainly a living being
Yeah.
of some kind.
Maybe the master, one of the masters.
Maybe. We know they're
I can
coming.
see. We
So,
know they're both coming. I can see that kind of being how they show up. Maybe one of them shows up to free the other one from the vault for whatever reason.
maybe. Very possibly. Yeah, so it was okay. So it was kind of typical.
Yeah.
Had some good central themes, but kind of just wasn't an amazing episode of Doctor Who because some of it was a retread, some of it was kind of like the kids
I think
and stuff.
that's really normal when you get a new companion because you have your first future episode, your first past episode. They're very typical episodes. They're just letting the character adapt to, what the abilities are and what the rules are and just how they react to the situation.
I think I just
rather than
enjoyed the
big swapping
setting in the
sets.
last one more because it was more just interesting for them to walk around.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was because there was more of a mystery, and it wasn't mystery, but it was kind of like there's a monster under the ice. But,
Yeah, and a lot of the last one was just the two of them, and there was just a lot of silence.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was just a playground for them to talk to each other and like hit off each other and discover each other, and obviously they're still learning each other more, and I'm still enjoying that stuff, which is good because it was kind of the core part of the show. If you don't enjoy the chemistry of the Doctor and the companion, then you're in for a bit of a trouble because the plot spells sometimes can be really good, sometimes can be kind of bland.
yeah, and I think that's especially important to establish that early on with this new companion, so that we care going forward.
So far she's probably one of the ones that I've liked the quickest.
Yeah, she's probably not going to last till next season though.
That's a shame, but
I say that like, I'd like to see more of her, but I'd also like to see more of Capaldi. And new showrunner, probably going to be a fresh start.
that said, at least with Capaldi, it's been 3 seasons with her. The new showrunner might go, you know what, she's only had one, and I like her, and so
They
maybe
might. They might.
so maybe we'll keep her on. I'd like if they did because I've liked most of the companions I've had since the sort of the 2005 reboot, but I mean,
Who's your least favorite?
Donna easily.
Really?
Jettison her.
I have to go with Martha personally. Donna's second last, but
Martha was alright. It wasn't one of my favourite, but
I found her really boring personally. But I think for that it was she had the whole romance with the Doctor, like from her end when we'd just seen that with him and Rose. So I was just like, okay.
I think I like Martha more than Rose, honestly.
I don't.
Fine. That's okay, it's my opinion, not
I know
yours.
we're definitely in the odd end of the spectrum, having Donna that low. Most people really like her.
I mean, she's okay. I don't hate any of them, really, to be honest, but she just, at times,
No,
her voice is a bit grating. That's
no, I'm not
basically
going
it.
to argue with that.
Catherine Tate is a bit of a motor mouth, and
Yep. Yeah.
it can be unpleasant. So
No, that's fair. Definitely liking Bill though. I think that's good for now. At least we're both on board with this.
yeah. But Bill's good. I think, Bill's solid, and I think because. I mean, we kind of lost the sexual tension when we got Capaldi just because he's so much older. But having a gay companion completely removes it as well. There's no
Yeah.
there's no even hint that there could be something. It's completely and utterly platonic, and it couldn't be anything else. And that's kind of refreshing on TV because so often in TV we have to have a little bit of flirtation.
Yeah. Oh, I just remember, I do have one other problem with this episode. It's a problem I brought up in the first episode where they did the flashbacks to remind you of something. That they didn't trust you to remember it. In this case, it was the hat.
Ah, right, yeah.
And it did the flashback to show you the kid wearing the hat, and it's like, well, yeah, but we kind of get it just from context.
Do you know, I'm going to defend this one slightly more than the first episode. No, I didn't need it, right? I didn't really care. But I'll be honest,
Right.
I would never remembered that kid was wearing that hat. I just took that hat as, someone was wearing this hat when they got eaten.
Fine, and either way, that works though. And
Yeah.
I don't think you need that extra
Oh,
little
I
flashback.
didn't need it, but at the very least, I didn't remember it was his hat until they showed me. I was like,
okay.
okay, fine.
All right, that's fair enough.
I didn't need it though. Like, so I assumed a cowboy had got eaten. It was a cowboy.
A cowboy in London in the 1800s.
It's Doctor Who. Stranger things have happened.
I say while there's a creature in the Thames.
Yes, and little lighty up fish that are luring people to their death and can make the ice reform.
Yeah. Don't know what I'm chatting on about.
But there you go. That's this week's Doctor Who. So, middling episode, but with definitely some bright spots in there. So let us know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. Individual Twitters are on the screen, so get us on there as well if you want to. Thanks again for watching. Have you got any vanilla?